What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Hope you're all doing well today, and welcome to Hill Valley Motocross. This is a typical Canadian creation, and I'm again really happy to see that TC just loves making tracks so much that he'll alternate between paid and free tracks, mostly just making good quality free tracks for us as well. Now, it's not like you haven't got all of the flashy, out of bounds. What do you call it? Just like, I mean, terrain. Like when you go off in the distance, you make it almost like an object, a plane off in the distance. So we do have an end of the world here, but I don't think that matters. The actual track itself, especially like this angle right here, this looks really, this is probably going to be the thumbnail angle, I'll be honest. Like this looks sick from here. It looks like a very fast, very fun track as well, to be honest. I'm almost considering maybe it would have been worth going on a two-stroke for this by the looks of it. But I am actually on, where do we spawn over here? I am on the Fantic 450 today. And the Fantic's something that I've been riding a little bit more recently. And on the Supercross side of things, it's actually pretty damn good. And I started riding it because I was watching the NA version of Indy the other night, and I saw a handful of people using it in there and getting really good lap times. So I thought, you know what, I'll give it a go myself. And it's given me some decent results. So depending on how this next week, or I guess 2 weeks, works, since we've got an off week from Supercross now, you might see me on a bike that isn't the KTM in some of these races, which will be exciting. So we're going to spin some laps around here. I hope that I do a good job of it, and I apologise, Mr. Typical Canadian, that it's taken me this long. He did actually slide in my DMs when he first released it, and I opened it, I read it, and then I completely forgot after that. So a bit late than never, I suppose. So without further ado, let's spin some laps, and hopefully I can show this off to the best of my abilities. I'm going to feel sorry for old BP if it does turn out that I enjoy this Fantic. That just means it's another set of graphics that he's going to have to make for me. Still rocking the Daytona here, right here. Rocking the Do It For Dale colours, the Earnhardt colours. A lot of people seem to really like that we've done that for Daytona and really vibe with it. So that's cool to see. So let's see how we do. We'll spin some laps around here. Fingers are going to be a little bit cold. These are my first laps on the game in a handful of days, actually. I mean, it's been... Wait, when was my last... Wait, when was my last MX Bikes video thinking about? Because the last video I done was a real-life riding video, which, by the way, thank you everyone that's left really nice comments, whether it was on that YouTube video, whether it was on Instagram when I uploaded a lap, whether it was on TikTok when I uploaded the same lap. Everyone seems to be really nice for some reason, which I'm not used to. You usually get the backseat riders that say, you're absolute dog shit, like, stop riding, blah, blah, blah. But people were being quite kind, which I love to see. And I know Vogue riding isn't for everybody. I know, like, you probably want to hear an engine underneath me rather than a hairdryer. But again, just with how things work at the moment and not having access to my own bike, renting that Vogue for the day is kind of best case scenario. Not going to be an everyday thing, or an every ride thing, because it does get pretty spenny after a while. But there's hopefully going to be some things going on moving forwards over the next, well, basically to the end of this year, which I'll try and reveal if it all comes to fruition. There's a lot of moving parts I need to get together, but if it all goes well, it's going to be really exciting. And long story short, if it works out correctly, it should be an ongoing YouTube series for you guys to watch, even if it's like once a month, for example. All real life related, not in game at all. So I'll keep my fingers crossed on that. And to loosely tie in, actually, I was thinking, because I went riding on the Sunday, you guys know, first ride of the year, if you're not in particularly good shape anyway, your body's going to ache for a few days. And it did. I was aching all the way until Wednesday. Wednesday night, I was just like, you know what, can't bother going to the gym tonight. Thursday night, I accidentally fell asleep and went past the gym time that I'd go with Linda. And then, what was it? No, sorry, wrong way around. So Wednesday night was the night I went to sleep, and then Thursday night, I had a moment of weakness. So if you're used to seeing me when the face cam's on in streams and such, you'll notice that I have a hell of a lot of Pokemon products on the shelves behind me. Let's say they're not going to be there anymore. I may have opened absolutely everything that was on the shelves behind me, just because I was getting a bit of a fixation on opening or ripping some packs, and I would say there was the best part of 2,000 maybe pounds worth of products on that shelf, and it is there no more. So there was that. Didn't really put anything amazing, got a whole bunch of full art cards which go into my binder, and I guess now we have to rebuild again from that point. So moment of weakness from me, and a hell of a lot of cleaning up. Literally the entire bedroom floor was just full of boxes and packs, and yeah, that's all been tidied away now. But I was thinking about it, and it's like, I'm never probably going to sell them on, and they're just sat there not really doing anything. So I may as well just crack them open at the end of the day. So moving forward, probably just buy actual booster boxes and packs rather than like the trainer boxes with all the other stuff in that I don't really care for at all. So yeah, background might look a little bit empty moving forwards whenever the next live stream is. But all that rambling ties into what I was going to say. So it's Friday right now, me recording this. It should be uploaded on the same day. And I was going to go to the gym tonight and maybe focus on more, let's say, like maybe compound movements isn't the right word, but try and train more functionally rather than just for strength or gaining muscle. You know, stuff that will actually help you on the motocross side of things rather than just aesthetically. And I literally opened my emails 10 minutes before pressing the record button in this video, and I have an email from my gym saying the gym is closed. And it says it doesn't say how long for either. So that's not really ideal. I'll have to have a look to see. It's a branch gym, like it's a chain gym. So I'll have to see where the next closest one is. But yeah, that put a little bit of a spanner in the works. That's not something that I really wanted to read when I was actually in the mood to go and exercise again. Now, I don't know how to convert this into freedom units, so I am going to use stone, which I guess you can convert into pounds if you want to, or then kilograms if you want to as well. Sorry for being from the UK. I don't know why they decided to use stone as a unit of measurement, but you know what, that's what we've got, so convert it if you want to. A good method actually is every stone is 14 pounds. So say someone weighed 10 stone, they would be 140 pounds in body weight, and then you can do the conversion to kilograms from there. So literally bang on a month ago, I was 14 stone and about 13 pounds. So if we do 14 times 14, 140, 168, the maths isn't mathing on me right now, 196, pretty sure I was over, yeah, it would have been over 200. So let's just say like 206 pounds, something like that. I've gone from that, I am now in the space of 1 month, so it is bang on a month to the day when I started trying to get into better shape again. I am from, let's say, rough 206. I'm now down, was it 40? I'm down about 16 pounds from that original point. So we're sub 200 now again, which is always nice. And I would like to keep going. I want to just be in very good physical shape for motocross, because I think this year I will actually be able to go riding a good amount, which I love. I mean, you guys like seeing the real life content, and of course the more I ride, the better the riding will be, because brief tiny little glimpse in that last video that I'd done when I went out first in one of the sessions, I can only really hold it for 2 laps or so. That's a combination of bike fitness, overall fitness, and then riding technique as well. My entire life riding bikes, I've had a really bad habit of not gripping with my knees much, and the arms kind of take it all up. Now, when I was younger and I would ride every single week and race every single week, it wasn't that bad because my arms were able to take it because they were bike fit. But now not so much. So over the course of this year, not only do I want to improve the physical stamina, I want to improve the bike stamina, I want to improve my overall riding techniques to allow me to push harder as well. And then hopefully the speed will come naturally at that point as well. I reckon, I hate talking about stuff in the past all the time, because anybody can say, oh, I was this good when I was younger, blah, blah, blah. It's like, oh yeah, I would have made it pro and then I done my ACL, etc. But I think if I use that last video as a reference, I'm probably maybe half, no, not half the speed, maybe 2/3 of the speed that I could have been, so in terms of raw 1 lap pace. So there's definitely room for improvement there. But like I said, I can't really talk too much now because it might not even come to fruition. If all the moving pieces do come together, you guys are going to have a very exciting series to watch, and it's going to be very exciting for me as well, the end product on it, which will lead us all the way through to the start of next year. I need to try and lock in on this track a little bit. I need to remember that one turns down to the left here. This step down here is, God, that is a hell of a stretch. I wonder, I mean, if I downside that nicely, actually, I'm going to be landing straight into them bumps, which you do not want. And then same with the uphill triple right at the end of this next straight we come to. It's absolutely huge. But in terms of fun factor, the track's got it. The track absolutely has it. And for the description of this track as well, it literally just says but it's based very, very loosely on another track. It's not a replica at all. It just says it is soft soil, and it just says have fun. So that's exactly what we're gonna try and do. I am on a complete Supercross setup at the moment. I don't have outdoor setups whatsoever, which is probably really bad forward planning by me, bearing in mind that the GP season is coming up in a hurry. The first round is on the 24th, I believe. All the races are going to take place on a Monday, so I should probably do a little bit of outdoors training. I probably won't, in typical Linz fashion. I'll just leave it until the last minute and then hope that it goes okay. I don't know if there's going to be a pre-season race. I haven't seen any announcements on it, but I have heard rumours of people saying there's just going to be a pre-season race on last year's Hawkstone, which was last year's pre-season track. If that is the case, I'm not going to be doing it, because I absolutely detest when we do races on tracks that have been out for a really long time already, and the absolute sweats of the game is going to sit there grinding the track for multiple days before the race, and the actual race itself is not going to be a good judgment of how the actual race is going to go. Because, you know, we only get 30 minutes or an hour, I don't know if they change it for GPs, of practicing on the actual tracks, so I see no point in sitting there grinding a pre-season race over and over and over again. So hopefully that's not the case. Hopefully we do get a pre-season track built. I mean, pre-season races are pretty standard at this point. We've done them in all the years past. I suppose it just depends on the workload, really, for the track builders, because it is a lot of work, you know, especially when you combine... Okay, that was a little bit of an OJ. Especially when you combine, you got 17 Supercross rounds and multiple people work on. You've then got, I think it's like a 10 round or so GP series that we've got doing, and then you also have to intertwine that in amongst the AMA outdoors rounds. I think they overlap each other a little bit too, so it's a lot of track building to do, and it's not an easy task to not only make tracks that look good but also ride good, have multiple viable lines everywhere, a good amount of roughness, not too much, not too little, and then trying to keep everybody happy week in and week out as well. It's not an easy task whatsoever, so I do have to cut the track building teams a little bit of slack. I mean, I'm guilty as well on some tracks. I'm going a little bit too hard on them, especially... Remember when Lommel last year first came out? As a sand enjoyer, I absolutely hated Lommel when I first played it. And then the more and more I played it, and the more I got the lines down to muscle memory as well, the more I enjoyed it. But I think I remember saying when that track first came out, I was like, this ain't it. Like, this track is not a good track. And then it grows on you more and more, you know. So everything's in hindsight. I'm going to try my very best to keep an open mind on all the tracks and the racing this year. Because you have to remember, at the end of the day, everyone's on the same track. You know, it's not like you've got one track that might not be great and everybody else has got a good one. You're all on the same one. So the best rider at the end of the day will end up winning. I suppose really I just wanted to get something out for you guys today. So that's why we're riding around here. And again, apologies to TC. He slid in my inbox with the track, let me know that he's released it, and I just didn't do anything with that information. And I've kind of been waiting. I've been checking MXB shop quite often, like literally every single day for the last 3 or 4 days, just waiting for something to be uploaded that really catches my eye. I've been seeing screenshots of a track Hurren's working on, which looks really, really good, but then I don't know if that's for this game or if it's for the unnamed LCQ Studios game, because they're making what looks to be really good progress on their game at the moment. I saw Michael Hodge take his Steam Deck with the game on it around to, I think it was Indy, and just getting people to play on it in person, which looked quite cool. I'm interested to see what people's kind of thoughts and feedbacks were, because at least from the gameplay that he's shown on the Instagram side of things, it looks a lot better than like the demo builds and the really early accesses. I was going to say Motocross the game. Was it? Wait, what was it? Motocross Chasing the Dream? That's it. That completely went from my memory there. It looks like to be massive upgrades, to be honest, just gameplay-wise, and at least from a third-person animation perspective, everything looks to be quite fluent and nice and smooth. I think my biggest gripe whenever I was playing those Chasing the Dream builds was the in-air physics. They felt a little bit clunky sometimes, and just the way the whips would kind of step out and come back didn't feel natural. But having a look at some of the preview videos that he's been doing on Instagram, it looks to be improved upon like untold amounts of times. It looks so much better than it ever was. So I'm excited to see some more, not only gameplay of it, but just get an idea of the progress and when we can expect a playable version for the public too. I imagine it's going to be quite some time, where the team is a lot smaller now than it once was. But good things take time. You know, you can't rush things. And then I'm also excited for Motocross the game. I really am. I mean, MX bikes, the reason I'm not playing it quite as much anymore is because I'm kind of on my last... What would you even say? I'm not at the end of the rope on it, but I think it's very easy for me to burn myself out on bikes now if I play too much, so I try and do the bare minimum on it, and that kind of enables me to still enjoy it and have fun. But that happens, you know, after 4 years and over 4,000 hours on the same game, you will burn yourself out eventually, or try and find other ways to enjoy yourself. But all I've really been playing the last week or so, really, is the new PGA game. Been doing some duos with old Rusper on PGA and having a really good time with that. Yeah, I just wanted to get something out, and hopefully this has scratched a little itch if any of you have been waiting for an upload in a video. So again, thank you for all of the kind words on the real life riding. That should be happening a hell of a lot more throughout the course of this year, so keep an eye out for that. I have just run out of fuel, so that's perfect timing. TC, this track, like, it flows really, really nicely. It's really good. I would recommend a 450 if you're going to be playing it yourself. 250 is definitely going to struggle to go over some of these bigger jumps, but it flows well, looks nice, feels great, and go and give it a download and give it a try again, completely free, which we always love to see. So thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy, please do drop a like, subscribe to the channel if you are new, all that lovely stuff. Have a lovely rest of the day, whatever you're up to, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace.